Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Always so happy to find you here. I do upload on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, so I'm not an everyday girl. Nothing about an everyday girl. I upload on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and I am happy to have your new subscription. If you're new here, I hope you stay for a good long while. I am wanting to talk about the conscious conversations of our culture and how some of the language that we use probably needs to be just a little bit adjusted so that we can stop our, what I would call, um, you know how they say you speak it into an existence, or um, what you say you lay in your life, that kind of thing. We particularly, now I'm talking about our culture. I'm focused on our culture, but this applies to anyone. But I'm in love with, I'm in love with my culture. So whoever you are, may this apply, but certainly for my culture. There is this term, there are certain terms that we use that I think are almost semi-paralyzing, like hustle and flow. Well, there's no hustle and flow. You either hustle or you flow. And when you're hustling, flow just does not exist. Nobody wants to hustle. Now, it sounds good, but I have seen countless interviews with rappers, hip hop artists, even athletes who talk about how they hustle and hustle. It's a misnomer. Now, it's one thing to really be, flowing in what you do, in your creativeness, and that can come across as a hustle. But life in and of itself should not carry the energy of hustle. Now, you may not agree, and that's okay. That's okay. But when you are flowing, hustle is not necessary. Hustle is not necessary. And so when we say that, the contradiction is already embedded in what we say. We often say things like, now, respectfully, we often say things like, won't God do it? Won't he do it? No, he won't, because you just said he won't. Respectfully. When you use a negative term, our words are spoken into existence. We speak things into existence. We think what we want, but we start speaking them into existence. So you say, won't he do it? Okay, he won't. Now, people say, well, it's not that literal. Everywhere you search by which there is an application of religion, or even astrology, if you go by that, even planetary, if you go by that, but certainly religion, there is a spokenness that exists for it, and it is literal. Yeah, you can study that on your own. I'm not a scientist of that. I just know it exists. It exists in the energy of things. So when you use your language in a habited way, you continue that. This is why a person, let's just talk about a person who is always hustling and flowing. That person is always in that energy of life. They're always hustling to try to make, they're jumping back and forth to try and make things. Oh, I gotta catch that. Oh, I gotta go to the, oh my God. And the mindset is hustling. And that is very fatiguing. When you have things in their zone of flow, I'll say, hustle is not necessary. You just take care of that, you take care of this, they take care of this, you take care of that. And so it's the language that we use. It is also the language that we don't use but should use. So let's use that same example of won't he do it, which is negative language. We instead can say, he will do it. God will do it. That's positive. That puts a request before God. Now, however you go about it, I'm just using that as an example because you may serve differently, and that's okay. This is not a promotion for how you should acquire your prayer answers or answered prayers, how you should acquire that. It's an example. You put it on the greater being because you yourself cannot acquire it. and you are asking for assistance from the greater being. So when you say, won't he do it? It's a literal command. So it won't get done. And this is why many people say they never got their dreams achieved. They never got their ambitions acquired. They never got their um, desires answered because their own language is blocking it. Now, nobody lives a perfect life, and I wish we all did, but we don't. we don't. So the language that we use has to accompany the request that we make. So, so like my parents always said, and certainly my mom, watch your words, watch your language. Who are you talking to in that tone? I know you did not use that tone with me. All of that is power. So watch your tone. Use the proper tone. Who are you talking to like that? And make sure the connection to whom you're talking to like that is in line with the desires and hopes you get in return. And I sure darn hope you get it. I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. Come back next time and I'll see you soon. Bye now. Bye, y'all.